Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'll show you what you can find inside a box of the Destroyer of Worlds cinematic scenario for the Alien RPG by Free League. This is written by sci-fi novelist Andrew Gaska, who has written not only a lot for Free League and the Alien RPG, but also for the entire Alien franchise. So everything that's described in this scenario is actually canon. So that's pretty cool. So let me open up the box and show you what's inside. So let's take a look at this box. So the Alien role-playing game by Free League, Destroyer of Worlds cinematic scenario by Andrew E.C. Gaska. And on the back there's just some text about the mission. So this is the flavor text, and this is a description of what you get. And in this scenario you play the role of Colonial Marines, which is pretty cool. And as with RPGs, it's played for 3 to 5 players plus the game mother. And you of course need the rules of the game, so the core rule book or the RPG starter set is required to play, because the starter set already has a condensed rulebook. So if you've started this role-playing game with the starter set, then this is a really good follow-up. So inside the box we find 2 packets of cards, so cards with the personal agendas and weapons. Let's take a look at those. So in this packet we have some personal agendas, which I'm not gonna show you because that would spoil the game. Every character usually has a personal agenda, something they need or need to try to achieve during each act in the scenario, and you can earn some story points with that by fulfilling those personal agendas. Here we have some characters. These are probably the NPCs. Davidovich, Eckford, Botos, Gile, Myers, Reese, Wright, Carvalho, Wojcik, I think. So these are the characters on the back. They have their stats and also a personal agenda. Then we have some transport vehicles, multi-purpose vehicle, pretty cool. And on the back, you have to flip them this way, is some stats. So how big it is, how fast it is, and it has some Gatling gun turrets and a phased plasma pulse cannon turret, which is pretty cool. Then we have a dropship here, Crocodile dropship. So that's also pretty cool, also heavily armed. A tank, a heavy tank, look at that. With a rifled cannon, mortar, and a phased plasma point defense gun. And here is a tactical dropship. I think this is the one we saw in Aliens, if I'm not mistaken, or some variant on it. Missiles and a rocket launcher and guns. And here is the APC that we certainly know from the Aliens movie, with the sliding turret that can come around the back if it doesn't clear any space. Which is pretty cool. Which is a pulse cannon and a Gatling gun turret. Nice to see all these vehicles that you saw in the movies. Also this one, this tractor, which I believe is also used at the start of Aliens, where the family, the colonists, use this to find a derelict ship. Pretty cool. Doesn't have any armament or weapons. And here are some weapons. So 2 of them. We have a RPG launcher and a pulse assault rifle. And in the starter set you'll find a lot more weapons which you can add to this deck. And on the back it tells you how much damage they do and if you get any bonuses, and their range and weight. So that's pretty cool. We have those. Let's see what's in this deck. So in this deck we have the rest of the personal agenda cards, so there's plenty. So there's a personal agenda card for each character for each of the 3 acts. So those go together. And then we have these story cards. So let me just quickly take a peek if I can spoil these. No, I don't think I want to spoil those. So you have some things that will happen during the story, and you can hand out the cards to the players affected, or just, you know, read them out as that happens. So I'll put these here. So next we have a really cool set of maps. That is really cool. These, well, green blueprints. Wow, that's really big. It's huge map of the Fort Nebraska. That's pretty nice. So here is a map of the Bastion level 1 and level 2. And then there's a sub-level. So this is kind of like the main, I don't know, it's perhaps an elevator shaft. Space elevator shaft, it says right there. So this is also this right over there. And then in the sub-level 1, you have this huge hangar for these drop ships. Fueling station, really nice. Fuel storage. And here are some different rooms. Equipment sheds, motor pool, a tunnel. And there's sub-level 2, which is huge and has an ammo depot with all these crates stacked. Nuclear storage. And this is the fusion tower, the reactor tower, also something that we know from the movie Aliens. Pretty awesome. So all these tunnels where the aliens came through and they placed the turrets inside. It's super cool. And this, of course, is a level A, B, and C is detailed more over there at the top. Really cool. Loving that. There's a legend over there where you can see what all the icons on the map mean. Very well done. And that's one of the things I love about the Free League RPGs. They provide you with very detailed maps with all kinds of stuff. So here is the Ariarchus United Americas Colony. Huge map of all the districts. Super cool. Spaceport here. Wow. And here's Fort Nebraska in the middle that we just saw. And this is a very thick kind of paper. It's, I don't know what kind of paper this is, but it's really thick. It's very smooth. It's a bit glossy. So this can stand several plays easily if you handle this regularly, normally, with care. And here is again the Fort Nebraska Bastion with the map legend down here. Weyland-Yutani Corps. That is something else, really nice. But that's not all. We also have here some player maps that you can hand out of Marshall Station, the Eye of Oblivion, the Ariarchus District South. So that the Eye of Oblivion, that looks like a bar. That's pretty cool. And the Marshall Station, well, it's like the police station with the holding cells there, a reception, comms and records, some rooms here, the restrooms, interrogation area. Cool. And on the back, we've got the oil refinery here in the North District, and the medical facility. Also cool, all these rooms with the beds, the lobby, the morgue, the surgical bay. Wow. Yeah, that's really, really cool. So we have that. Then we have even more. There's a lot of maps in here. So yeah, this is a bit of the story handout. Fort Nebraska once more. Sub-level 3, so there's another sub-level. Cool. Gold storage. Firing ranges. Really cool. It's a huge complex. Really nice. And here on the back, an insurgent compound. The transmitter there. That's really cool. Yeah. Also something that, you know, you might have seen in one of the movies. I think that's the one where Bishop gets on top through the skylight and fixes the transmitter, the comms, I believe. Well, it looks like it anyway. It's pretty cool. So a whole stack of maps. Then we have the character sheets, some pre-generated characters. I just put that down here, and there's a catalog. So then we have these sheets. This is a thinner paper, like the ones in the starter set as well. So here's a chaplain, the warrant officer, with the description for the player and their stats, their talents. And on the back, that's your sheet, your character sheet, where you can fill in stuff. So your personal agenda, which you have cards for, so you don't have to write it down. You can have a buddy in arrival. Here is where you check your stress levels and your health, your radiation, critical injuries, and your conditions that you can check off. And your consumables, you fill in the numbers here. And this is your weapons. These are your weapons that you can fill in. And other gear over here. And your signature item. And these are your main attributes. And he has some extra skills as well, and that you add up those numbers. So for example, if you have to do a medical aid roll, you check your medical aid, that's 4, which is a part of the empathy attribute, so you can roll 8 dice. So that's pretty cool. So really nice. Like the art as well. And then we have Dante, private first class. Same thing with all the attributes and everything already filled in for you. So that's nice. You can get started very quickly. Private Hammer. Gunnery Sergeant Mason. Captain Silva. Sergeant Iona. And Private First Class Zmejewski. That's pretty cool. Liking all those character sheets and the art on them. And here is, of course, the book, which, written by Andrew Gaska, has the entire story in it. So I'm not going to show you everything here, but tells you about how the characters work and the personal agendas and the story cards, etc. So it's quite a big... Look at that art. That's so cool. The refinery there in space. The Kruger 60 system. And an overview of the scenario. So I'm just going to browse through. Here's again a map for the DM. Plenty of maps. And that's quite a bit of information there. Events that can happen. So this is quite, you know, the story. And they say on the back of the box that you should take into account that you're playing this in at least 3 sessions. And I would say, depending on how fast your players act, that could be a lot more. I've played the starter set scenario, which is also a 3-act scenario that they suggest plays in 3 sessions. We usually play about 2 to 2.5 hours of sessions in the evening. About once a week normally, and we've played I think already 6, and I still have to conclude it. So I think 7, if you're, you know, not the fastest players around, not the most perhaps serious players or the most experienced players. There's a lot of talk going on, and it's you know, related to the game, but it's pretty cool to just you get into your role and play that character and talk amongst each other, and you know, that kind of makes the story longer as well. So 3 sessions is, I would say, a lot more. At least 6. You know, 2 sessions per act perhaps. But yeah, I mean, look at the book. That's really, it's a big book. That's 88 pages, no less. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff to read, and it's pretty cool. So I can't wait to try this out, and that is everything that you find in the Destroyer of Worlds expansion. And so that was my unboxing of the Destroyer of Worlds cinematic scenario for Alien RPG by Free League. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And please also consider becoming a Patreon saint to my channel by clicking the Patreon link in the description below this video, or the icon at the end of this video, and there you can read how you can support my channel, which is greatly appreciated, and you'll also get your name in the credits of all my videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.